Striketober. I'm sure we're all heard about it, especially if you're an online leftist like me. Striketober. It's the month where almost 100,000 workers, at least as of a few weeks ago, are going on strike for better working conditions, including John Deere workers, Kellogg's workers, healthcare workers in Buffalo, and actually here in Massachusetts, going on strike and seeing, quite honestly, a reinvigoration of the labor movement. And, a few months ago, I made a video response to Second Thought's video asking, is this the start of a new labor movement in America? And it's been almost 2 months since I made that video, and I think already the question has been answered. We are seeing the rise of a new labor movement here in the U.S., and it is incredible to see. And these strikes are already notching pretty big wins, as we saw earlier with a strike in Beverly here in Massachusetts. And, a lot of people love to claim that, well, there's a labor shortage. They're just choosing not to work because they're lazy. There are millions of job offerings out there. Why don't they come work here or something? Well, when this is what you're offering them, is it really worth it? Let's be real. This quote just sums it up right here. The reason that this is coming out of that this Striketober is coming out at the perfect time is because of the economic recession from the COVID-19 pandemic. Not only that, but the fact that they can just send workers back to work without any strong protections. They're negotiating for those protections, and workers are tired of being exploited. And that's why they're rising up and striking, and we are seeing support for unions rise and continue to grow, as I mentioned in that video back in August. Now, in that video, I mentioned some of the challenges that could potentially hold back a new labor movement from taking force. I don't want to go into them again ad nauseum because I already went into them in detail on that video. But one of the instances, and there's a film called Matewan that points this out perfectly, how there is infighting within the unions about each other. And these rifts are exploited by corporate executives so that it detracts their attention from their common enemy, which is the executives. And honestly, I think it's amazing that we're seeing solidarity with other striking workers in these unions, and you love to see it. Now, it's interesting that we're seeing this throughout the month of October specifically, because to the week, it has been 92 years since Black Tuesday, when the stock market crashed on October 29th, 1929, and that was the first big event of the Great Depression. And as a result, obviously, Herbert Hoover lost re-election to FDR, and FDR stood on the picket lines with workers and forced his labor secretary to do so, and she shamed executives when they wouldn't meet with striking workers. Similarly, JFK forced his hand at negotiating with striking workers for a better contract. And that's exactly what President Biden, who claims to be the most pro-union president in American history, can do if he wants to. Emphasis on if he wants to. Because, as I also mentioned in that video, corporate money given to politicians, especially anti-union money that is going to anti-union corporations that are going to the politicians, that is holding back public's support in Congress of a new labor movement. But what Striketober has shown is direct action and outside pressure have just as much an effect, if not actually quite a bigger one, than electoralism. It's not to say we should completely ditch the idea of electoralism, but it is saying that unionization is even more important. So if you know any if you're a worker and you believe that you are being mistreated, organize in your area or donate to local strike funds to help out striking workers, and just spread the word and make sure people know. And this is the perfect time for this to happen because of economic recession, and workers are tired and they are rightfully demanding what they deserve. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Kawa's Mind. If you like what you see here, then be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more, check out my other Kawa's Mind videos right over here, as well as my last video right over here, and I will see you comrades on Friday. Peace out, and happy Striketober.